Police Department is investigating a Sunday night shooting on Northern Avenue.
And Coach Robichaux underwent another surgery following his recent heart attack. We'll have the latest.
And Monday morning music from our secret studio with Elise Young. All that, Jamie's weather, and Tech Talk coming up.
Focused on family and the community. News 15 Today starts now.
Good morning. You're watching News 15 Today. I'm Carter Simino.
And I'm Alex Worstel. Thanks so much for joining us. We're going to send it on over to Jamie Angel for a quick look at your weather this morning.
Surprise, I'm right here. How's everything going?
Great.
It's Monday. It's July 4th week.
It is.
It is. Got any big plans?
I'm working.
We all are. You get off early.
Yeah, great plans.
Come on now. Hey, let's talk about what's happening right now. Ambassador at Johnson Street looking good this morning. The sun's starting to come up and not seeing much traffic, but still a few minutes off from rush hour. Taking a look at current temperatures around the area, not a bad morning. Everyone right around average or below average, because average morning low for this time of year, 75 degrees. We're at 74 in Lafayette, 69 in Opelousas, 73 in Morgan City, and 70 in Abbeville. Satellite and radar showing just some light shower activity in the northern part of the state, but here locally not seeing much in the way of clouds or rain, so that's good news. Should stick like that throughout most of the day today. If we look at predictive radar, you'll see it's showing a little bit of activity possible along the coastline, but nothing widespread or too crazy. But we are under a threat of isolated afternoon pop-up showers and storms, which is, you know, the usual for this time of year. We're in that cycle once again, and as we go through the evening, that should wind down. But if you plan on jumping in the pool today, do it. Gonna warm up to the low 90s, jump on in, but we have a high UV index, so make sure you're wearing sunscreen. And again, we could see those isolated afternoon storms, so head inside if you hear thunder. I'll have your full forecast coming up a little bit later.
Thank you, Jamie. The Lafayette Police Department is investigating a fatal shooting on Northern Avenue. It happened Sunday night, and sources report a child may have been involved. We'll have more details as they become available.
2 people are dead and 1 sustained serious injuries following an accident on a shell platform in the Gulf of Mexico. According to the Advocate, the accident occurred around 9 a.m. on Sunday, about 214 miles away from New Orleans during a, quote, routine test lifeboat launch and retrieval capabilities. UL baseball coach Tony Robichaux is in critical condition after undergoing additional surgery following a heart attack last week. The university says he is in the ICU at Ochsner Health Center in New Orleans. A statement from UL's athletic director Brian Maggard said Coach Robichaux has received additional medical attention as a result of last Sunday's incident.
The Robichaux family has asked for prayers during this time. Robichaux has coached the baseball team for 25 years and has the most wins in program history. We'll update you on this story as it develops. The Scott Police Department needs your help in locating a missing 12-year-old. Brianna Senegal was last seen at her stepmother's home at around 10:45 p.m. Tuesday night. The teen was wearing pink pajamas and a t-shirt. This is Brianna's second time she has gone missing. If you know of Brianna's whereabouts, contact the Scott Police Department. Well, residents' noses in St. Martin Parish have about had it with this new trash contract change.
That's right. News 15's Taylor Trichet spoke to a resident who hasn't had a proper bin in over a week.
This is where my trash can goes. I have no trash can. Oh, it's not good. Not good at all.
In the parking lot of Cecilia High School, a green, smelly graveyard of old waste management trash cans piling up.
Now, I don't know what happened, but it's clear to me that there's been a snafu in this transitional plan.
For some St. Martin Parish residents, as their old can went to the grave, a new one never came to take its place.
They changed garbage service. Poor planning. They've been picking up the waste management cans. The contract runs till the end of the month, which is Sunday. My trash can's been missing almost 10 days.
Pelican Waste and Debris was supposed to be dropping off new bins, but some people have been missed. News 15 tried reaching out to Pelican, but no response.
It's a health hazard. When you got no place to put your trash that's sealed, and I don't put that much food in my trash, but if I leave it somewhere, the animals are going to get it.
Kenneth is now having to get creative on where to store 10 days worth of trash.
Got all the cans are full in the house, I'm about to empty them out again. Yeah! There's some trash. There's some more. There's a big box, but I'm gonna put about 3 more bags in it in a little while.
Frustration running high, garbage piling up, and the smell of days-old trash.
There's no solution apparently, and it don't look like we're gonna get the progress that Pelican is making. I don't see my trash can showing up sometime till next week, because I don't believe they deliver on the weekends. I have 10 days of service I'm supposed to pay for, which I'm not.
In St. Martin Parish, Taylor Trichet, News 15.
Angel says he's called the parish, Pelican, and Waste Management, but the problem has gotten so bad no one is answering or returning calls because so many are coming in. He adds that some neighbors are on the other streets have already gotten their Pelican cans. Today is the first day of Pelican's contract, and several residents don't have cans as of this morning.
Faith Community Methodist Church honored all active duty and veteran men and women with their 4th annual Military Appreciation Breakfast. An honor guard was present, and the veterans enjoyed games and told stories from their time in service.
And to see local people tell you what they've been through. You know, a lot of times we'll see on TV and movies and Hollywood stories of what has happened, but to hear the men and women explain what they went through, and not only some of the hardships, but some of the friendships that they've created, is tremendously important, I think, for our generation moving forward.
The Faith Community United Methodist sponsors this event every year the weekend before the 4th of July.
C'est bonjour. Je m'appelle Delphine Kumpouras et je suis présidente de l'Alliance française de Lafayette. Comment vous appelez-vous?
The Alliance Française de Lafayette teamed up with the Mouton Plantation to offer a free French-speaking class for its members. Alliance Française Lafayette is a nonprofit whose goal is to promote the local French culture. Everyone who went got to enjoy coffee, snacks, and practice speaking the language.
But for some people, it's just a matter to broaden your horizon and open yourself to a new culture and meet other people, because Alliance Française has a French name, but we have Cajun French people, we have Belgian French people, we have Canadian French people. To me, that's the interesting part of learning a language.
This was the first of many classes to be sponsored by Alliance Française de Lafayette.
Partnered with the Acadiana Symphony Orchestra to bring to life Stars and Stripes, a musical celebration. The event was to honor all veterans in Iberia Parish and treat them with a wide selection of music. It brought the community together to honor our country and the warriors that kept us free.
As we speak right now, there is going on in the other room. We are recognizing all of the veterans, and it's especially exciting to have our World War II veterans here, because there are very few of them now. So it's great, wonderful.
If you missed this event but want to attend the next concert, it will be the Sunday after Thanksgiving, and it will be the Christmas concert. Well, today marks the one-year anniversary of the return of the New Iberia Police Department. City officials are inviting the public to a town hall to discuss the department's impact. The meeting will center on the city's crime statistics and the progress made by the NIPD during the past year. From 2004 to 2018, New Iberia was the largest city in the state without its own police force, which led to a high crime rate. The town hall will be at the Slyman Theater in downtown New Iberia at 6 p.m.
If you're about to head out the door, it's what you can look forward to today. By 9, we're going to be in the low 80s. By noon, around 90 degrees under mostly sunny skies. I see a few more clouds this afternoon around 3, with high temperatures topping out in the low 90s. What can we expect for Independence Day? I'll have your forecast next. You're watching News 15 Today.
You're watching Lafayette Crime Stoppers Crime of the Week.
Lafayette Crime Stoppers need your help identifying a suspect responsible for a simple robbery that occurred on a city bus. On June 22, 2019, at approximately 8:20 p.m., a victim was seated on a city bus holding his cell phone in hand. When the bus approached the intersection of West Congress Street at Marie Antoinette, a male suspect standing behind the victim ripped the victim's cell phone from his hands and ran off the bus. The suspect is described as a black male between the ages of 18 and 20 years old, wearing a red shirt, black jeans, red shoes, and a black hat. If you have any information about this crime or you know the identity of the suspect involved, call Lafayette Crime Stoppers at 232-TIPS, or you can submit your tip by using our P3 TIPS mobile app. I'm Corporal Bridget Dugas, here to remind you that it's safe, it's anonymous, and it pays to call Lafayette Crime Stoppers.
If you have any information on this crime, call Lafayette Crime Stoppers at 232-TIPS or submit your tips using the P3 mobile app. All calls remain anonymous. Only tips received through Lafayette Crime Stoppers that lead to an arrest are eligible for a cash reward. From your Weather Authority, here's Storm Team 15's Jamie Angel.
Time now, 6:13. Welcome back. Happy Monday, Acadiana. Thank you so much for letting us help you start your week off. Taking a look at current conditions, I-10 eastbound at Dusant looking good this morning. Might see some little light patches of fog out there. Taking a look at current visibility, everywhere doing pretty good. But there might be locations on the map that aren't showing up. So down to 4 miles of visibility in Abbeville, 5 in Ville Platte. Everywhere else looking pretty good right now. Temperatures across the area sitting in the upper 60s in Opelousas at 69, 74 in Lafayette. Everywhere else somewhere in between 70 and 74. So not feeling too bad this morning. Dew points are kind of up there as well in that very humid range, except for Opelousas. They're just feeling kind of humid. 68 is their dew point, but expect those dew points to rise as we go through the morning into this afternoon. Only place we're really seeing any sort of a breeze is 6 miles per hour in Breaux Bridge. Everywhere else winds are calm. Taking a look at satellite and radar, got a lot of activity up in the Midwest rather, causing some issues up there. But here locally, thanks to this area of high pressure, not seeing much, just some light activity in the northern part of the state and off to our west over in Dallas and near San Antonio, seeing some shower and storm activity. Taking a look at what we can expect, Futurecast showing that as we go through this afternoon, just some light pop-up showers and storms, isolated in nature. Good chance most of us won't see any of that activity. But as we get into tomorrow, and we start to see an increased chance of showers and storms, especially in the afternoon hours, and that'll continue through Wednesday. Wednesday, we'll see a greater chance of those showers and storms. But good news is, as we get into Thursday and your Independence Day, start clearing out, getting rid of some of those clouds and bringing on the heat. Today, expect high temperatures to top out in the low 90s, around 92, under mostly sunny and warm conditions. Isolated afternoon thunderstorms, of course, and winds out of the southwest at about 5 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, dropping down to the mid-70s, right around average. This could be a pretty normal summer night. Partly cloudy skies. It's going to be mild and muggy, and winds continuing out of the southwest. And then tomorrow, a little bit cooler. High temperatures right around 90 under mostly cloudy conditions. That'll help keep us a little cooler and not let all that sunshine come in. Scattered showers and storms will be on tap. Could see some stronger gusty winds with some of those storms, lightning, and maybe some heavy rains at times. Taking a look at the tropics in the Atlantic, we have this massive layer of Saharan dust that's really inhibiting any sort of formation. But below that, we have some moist air, but being kept down by this dusty air. Over in the eastern Pacific, however, a different story. In less than a week, we have our second named storm, Tropical Storm Barbara, and it's in an area of very warm and moist water, and that will be favorable for this to possibly become Hurricane Barbara in the next day or so. Taking a look at the next 7 days, well, we can expect that chance of storms through Wednesday. Looking good for your Independence Day holiday, and as we get to the weekend, notice how the temperatures start to tick up into the mid-90s. Once again, those heat index values going to be in triple digits, and our next storm could be arriving possibly by Saturday. Uh-oh. We got lucky this past weekend, though.
I don't know about lucky, not I.
I mean, as far as Saturday and Sunday, they weren't a washout.
I will say, though, you know, I've never experienced this weather. I mean, I know snow. So I sent a video to my friends of like the water coming in, the one I sent to you. Instantly, like everyone's like, we'll be right over. Dow. I was like, oh this is serious stuff.
Yeah, that's Acadiana right there.
It very much, it is. Yes,
well, you gotta love that.
Yeah.
Well, guys, coming up in sports, Shakira Martin tells us about a new beep baseball field. That's for blind baseball players. That's right after this break. You're watching News 15 Today.
The unveiling of a baseball field doesn't always attract much attention, but this past weekend in a city in Washington, it did. They're now playing a game called Beep Baseball, giving the blind a chance to enjoy America's pastime. Amy Marino has more.
In so many ways, it looks like your typical baseball game on a typical baseball field.
Real close, Bob.
But these batters don't swing for the ball with their eyes. They swing from their hearts.
Please try to keep your voices down so that the outfielder and the batter can hear the ball.
Ready, set, pitch.
This is beep ball.
So close.
Baseball for the blind. The ball beeps and the bases make noise, and a pitcher lets you know when to swing.
Ready, set, pitch.
Players like Chad Morey love taking the field.
I like the sense of freedom that you get a chance to run again. You get to be free and run.
It was 2 years ago when the Puyallup Elks agreed to transform this rundown tennis court area behind their lodge into a special field designed just for beep ball. Soft, even ground covered in grass, no dirt, so runners don't have to worry about getting hurt.
Yeah, I've ran on some bad fields. There was a pit in one of them right before the base, and my foot came out from underneath me, and I hit face first.
Little early.
Andy Bacon is both the coach and a former player.
This means the world to us. You know, a lot of times you find blind people, that are just sitting around on the couch, not doing much because they don't feel like there's an activity out there for them.
The land, the work, the grass, pretty much everything was donated. Fred Baker worked on this effort for the last 2 years.
I'm ecstatic. I mean, not just this field, but where this field is. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than this.
They played this inaugural game against Puyallup police, who wore blindfolds to even the playing field. There's 4 strikes in this game, but they earn every hit.
Being able to hit that ball and then that excitement of running towards the base.
The players might not be able to see the new field, but for the first time in a long time, this group feels like they're being seen.
They are hoping that the field will increase for the activities for the blind community as well as the blind community entering into the league. We'll have more for you guys after the break.
Welcome back. Well, it's Monday, which means it's time for Tech Talk with Chris Rader. Thanks for joining us this morning once again.
Good morning, Carter. How are you doing?
I am doing pretty good. So today's topic, we're talking about kind of cryptocurrency.
Yes.
And Facebook's new currency. I like to call it Facebucks.
Right. It's not Facebucks. It's Libra.
Libra. Okay. Now, what is?
Well, Libra, the origination is from Rome. It's a unit of measure. It's 12 ounces in ancient Roman times. But Libra in Spanish means balance, and in French it means pound. But Libra is the name of the cryptocurrency, right? A cryptocurrency is going to be very. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's how that's Facebook. How's this going to work? The Facebook's cryptocurrency.
Okay, so it'll be somewhat similar to Bitcoin. It'll use blockchain technology. It will not be traceable. But it's going to be different because Bitcoin, there's no tracing of Bitcoin whatsoever. And while there's no tracing of this, I'm concerned because Facebook, a company that is so controversial right now because they have so much information.
Yeah, with everything from the 2016 elections with fake news and what can you trust, how can we trust someone to deal with our money?
Right, and Facebook is just a place where all the information that we have, we just put it on Facebook. Anniversaries, weddings, obituaries, news, politics. During the political season, it heats up. So now this same medium is going to have a currency that's going to be exchanged across all borders globally.
And now it can only be done within Facebook, or how's that going to work?
The jury's still out on that, but if it's going to be only within Facebook, wow, I think it'll boost Facebook. But there's going to be a lot of risk there also for Facebook. Their stock will either go up a tremendous amount or to go down a tremendous amount. It will not remain stable because of the risk.
If this works, do we see other social media giants like Twitter getting into this game? I mean, Jack Dorsey also owns the Cash App, which is not crypto, but...
Right. They're saying some of the other companies that Facebook owns, like WhatsApp and others, will be able to use it. I don't know if they're going to cut others out, but the concern is that right now you go to like this morning, I came to, I was going to say I came to work. I felt like I came to work this morning, and I didn't have my wallet. And I thought, well, I forgot my wallet. But I have my driver's license on my phone. I've got Apple iPay, and then I've got about $3 worth of change in my center console of my car. I mean, are we going to do away with a wallet completely with this?
Well, like in February, my debit card had to get a new one, and I waited in the mail for like 2 or 3 weeks to get one. So I was just using my phone for that time. And
right.
It was fine.
So I mean, what's going to happen? Are we going to not have cash anymore? But the concern is this is just not traceable. It's not really a concern. We as Americans are a controlled society. We like to know where every penny goes for auditing and so forth and so on. Not every country is like that. But that's going to go away. And it's going to present a problem for the stability of our country, unfortunately.
See, Facebook's going to truly become less of an American company, more of a global industry.
Well, with this it will, obviously. But it's a global company now.
Right. So. Okay, well, we'll see how this plays out, shall we?
Stay tuned. It's going to get exciting out there.
Yeah, and stay tuned. We got plenty more for you guys coming up on News 15 today. We'll see you guys in a bit.